You know, people talk about being chosen like it's this beautiful, glittering thing. Like the moment you're chosen, angels start singing, doors swing wide open, and life becomes easier. That's the lie they sell in highlight reels. That's not the truth. Let me tell you what the call really feels like. It feels like confusion. Like you're standing in a room full of people, and yet somehow, you're the only one not clapping when they all celebrate. You're the only one not laughing when they all joke, because something in your spirit won't let you settle. It won't let you blend in. It's like carrying a weight you can't explain, a vision you can't show, a destiny you can feel, but can't yet see. You ever been there? See, before the call is holy, it's heavy. It sits on your shoulders like an invisible load nobody else can feel. People think you're standoffish, people think you're lost, but deep down you know there's something on your life. You can't explain it, but you know you weren't built for average, you weren't meant for the middle, and because of that, life starts shaping you differently. I remember being broke, being doubted, being told, you're good, but you're not ready, and that part stuck with me, not ready. And they were right, because calling isn't about talent, it's about timing, and timing doesn't always feel fair. God will give you the glimpse, but not the green light, and that'll mess with your head if you're not careful. But let me tell you something I've lived through. Delay is not denial, it's development. The call will crush you before it crowns you. It will humble you so that when you finally rise, you don't look down on people. It will stretch you so when you finally get there, you don't break. That weight, it builds muscle you don't even know you need yet. Some of y'all are in that season right now. You're asking, why is life so hard if I'm supposed to be chosen? And I'll tell you, because chosen doesn't mean easy. Chosen means entrusted, with pain, with purpose, with people, and to carry all that, you've got to be built different. You've got to be carved out in silence, sculpted in storms, grounded in nights where nobody calls and nobody sees you, and yet, you keep showing up. Because something in your soul whispers, you were made for more. So if the journey feels heavy right now, if the calling feels like it's costing you everything, you're right where you're supposed to be. Because the weight always comes before the wings. When people think of isolation, they think of punishment. They think of exile, like somehow they've been pushed out, left behind, forgotten. But what they don't realize is that isolation isn't always the enemy. It's often the beginning. See, there's a difference between being alone and being set apart. When God's preparing you for something bigger, He doesn't always send a crowd. He sends silence. He doesn't give you applause. He gives you pressure. And in that quiet place, that lonely place, things start to come alive inside you that couldn't survive in the noise. I remember times in my life where I looked around and realized, it's just me, friends didn't call. Opportunities dried up, nobody checked in, and in that space I started to question everything. Was I wrong? Did I miss my moment? Did I imagine the vision I was chasing? But let me tell you what happened when I leaned in. When I stopped fighting the silence and started listening. That's when I heard the voice that mattered. That's when the clutter fell away and I could see what was real. That's when I realized I was being stripped not to be punished, but to be revealed. Some of you are in that same place right now. You're scrolling through social media, watching everyone else in highlight season while you're in hiding, and it's messing with your head. You think you missed it. You think you got left behind, but maybe, just maybe, you're being hidden because what's inside you is too valuable to be exposed too early. You don't plant a seed and then leave it in the sun. You bury it, you cover it, you put it in the dark where it can't be seen, and that's where it grows. That's where roots dig deep. That's what isolation does. It deepens you. It refines you. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, your ego, your truth. Because once you get out of that season, once you've wrestled with yourself and come out stronger, nothing can shake you. So when people leave, let them. When doors close, bless them. When you feel like you're walking this road solo, keep walking, because what's being built in isolation is something no one else can take credit for. You ever wonder why eagles fly alone? It's not because they're antisocial. It's because their altitude is different. Their wings were made for higher places, and sometimes God has to pull you away from the crowd to remind you, you were never meant to fly low. That isolation isn't the end of your story. It's the part where you find out who you really are. Without the noise, without the titles, without the filters. It's where the voice of purpose drowns out the voice of people. It's where calling becomes clarity, and once you've tasted that clarity, once you've seen yourself through that lens, you'll never settle for surface again. There's this lie we've all been told, that if you're broken, you're disqualified, that if you've failed, fallen, been rejected, been hurt, your purpose has an expiration date, that the cracks in your armor make you weak, that you're no longer usable, no longer valuable. But let me tell you the truth. Let me speak from the heart. You are not broken to be buried. You are broken to be rebuilt. Better, stronger, wiser. Every crack in you lets the light in. Every scar is a sentence in the story someone else needs to hear to survive. You think your pain is pointless, but it's not. It's proof that you've been through the fire and didn't burn out, that you've walked through storms and didn't drown, that life hit you hard, but you're still here. I've sat in rooms where I felt out of place, rooms filled with polished smiles and perfect resumes. But what I learned is this: people don't connect to your polish. They connect to your pain, to your truth, to your transparency. See, when you've been broken and come back from it, you don't walk the same. You walk with presence. You speak with weight, because now your words aren't theory, they're testimony. You've lived what others are still trying to survive. You know how to navigate nights where sleep doesn't come easy. You know what it means to love people who leave, to start over from scratch, to fail in front of people, to cry in secret, and still, to rise. And when you rise, not with arrogance, not with perfection, but with authenticity, that's when your life becomes a blueprint, a roadmap for someone else. Somebody out there is waiting to watch how you handle this. Not your wins, your wounds, not your stage, your struggle, because your survival will speak louder than any sermon. That's the thing about the chosen ones. We don't shine because we've never bled. We shine because we've bled and kept walking anyway. Our glory is not in our strength, but in our surrender, in the fact that we broke and didn't stay broken. Don't hide your scars. Don't downplay your story. What you think disqualifies you might be the very thing that gives someone else permission to hope again. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to be whole to be holy. You don't have to have it all together to lead. All you have to do is keep going, keep healing, keep telling the truth. Because in the end, it's not the flawless ones who change the world. It's the ones who were broken and still built. Let's bring this all together. You've heard the truth tonight. Not the Instagram version of destiny, not the polished highlight reel, but the real road of the chosen. It's lonely, it's heavy, it's hard, and yes, sometimes it breaks you. But listen to me. You are not alone in that journey. The weight you're carrying, it's not just yours. Every chosen one, every leader, every voice that ever shifted a generation, they carried it too. They walked that valley, they sat in that silence, they broke, and then they built something stronger out of the pieces. So here's what I need you to understand as we close. If your calling feels too big, that means it's not from you. It's from something higher. The burden you're feeling is divine. It's custom made for your shoulders. You're not here by accident. You are equipped for it, even if you don't feel ready. If you're walking alone, it's because your path was never meant to be crowded. You're being separated to be elevated. Trust the silence. That's where identity gets carved, where vision gets focused, where power gets forged. If you're broken, good, that means the shell is cracked and the light is getting out. Someone needs your real story. Someone needs your blueprint. Someone is waiting for proof that surviving is possible. And you are that proof. So now the choice is yours. You can let the weight crush you, or you can let it crown you. You can run from the fire, or you can step into it and let it refine you. Because the world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real ones, more scarred ones, more called ones who are crazy enough to believe that what broke them was building them all along. Stand in your calling, own your pain, and walk like the chosen one you were born to be. The crown was always meant for you. Thank you.